Hello and welcome back to more of The Room, where last episode we played through the third chapter of the game, and today we'll be tackling the fourth chapter, which is also the penultimate chapter of the game. So to start off, we're going to double click on this little slider right here. Special note, if you are playing on a mobile device, you need to physically tilt your device in order to make this tile shift around. There will also be two tiles, one on the left, one on the right. You need to make the left one tilt to the right, so that's in the center, and the right one tilt to the left, so that they're both lined up with each other. But on PC, all you gotta do is just click on it and drag it to the right. Not too complicated. Oh dear, I didn't want to do that. Either way, once you have slid the tiles into their proper positions, you are going to get your hands on a brass winding handle. And another note. August 15th, something is wrong. I followed the incantation to the very letter. Astaroth did not appear. There are no answers to be had. More questions. The visions have increased. They gather to me, and I cannot stay in one place for too long. I try to monitor them, but the lens hurts my eyes. I have mixed a solution for the pain. For those that follow and find this journal, I lack the power to describe this. There is no concept within the human sphere with which to explain it. The house is so much larger now. There are rooms everywhere. Alright then. What we want to do is head over to this spot of the table right here, click on it, and then put the brass winding handle in, and rotate it to line up this piece right here, so that this line matches with this line. And then once that happens, the more circles are going to rotate into place. Now what we want to do is push this button to shift the constellations. You may remember a device similar to this in the second episode. And now that we've shifted it once, we are going to back out, equip our eyepiece as we look at this wall right here. And as we're going to see yet another instance in which we need to align the symbols to match the null element like so. So once they're in this position, you can line it up just by moving the camera. And there's a null element perfectly within our sights, and that is going to give us an ornate ancient dagger, which belongs in the very center of the table. So let's go to the center, put it in like so. Alright, so if you start clicking on a couple of these buttons, you'll notice that they're going to flip around and turn into blue little circles. If you click the button at the bottom, they're going to turn to red. There's a combination which we need to input here, and the way we find out is by looking at this wall right here, equipping our eyepiece, and you can see that it gives us the answer to the puzzle right up here. So we just got to input this pattern in, like so. So just do what was shown to us on the wall. Click the button on here to confirm our answer. If they flip blue, you're correct, and if they flip red, you are incorrect. Now we can hit this button again to change the constellation. And once again, we're going to need to equip our eyepiece and look through this wall. And for as tempting as it is to align these elements to represent the null element, it's a bit hard when the planets are in constant rotation. So how do we fix that? Well, you'll see this little pattern on the ground right here. So let's go ahead and input that into these little squares right here. And once we do that, that is going to cause all these planets to come to a screeching halt. Now we can put on the eyepiece once again and shift the camera perspective to once again line up the lines to make the null element. And that is going to give us a large gold amulet. And what are we going to do with this, you may ask? Well, we're going to back out, head over to this right here, put it in the center. And now we have one more combination input into this series of squares over here, but this is the most subtle way of delivering it yet. We don't even need the eyepiece for this one. All we can see right here is that there are little dots on the side of this thing. Now, you may be wondering, why is there a box there? There's no box in the real world. Well, here's what you can do. If you rotate this, it rotates the center plating as well, which also gives us a new perspective on this box. So you'll notice little dots, little dots. So the answer is hidden on this box. You can rotate this around to get the answer that you want, but you can probably tell what it is. These bottom one right here, it goes like one on the left, one on the right, one in the middle, and then one on the left, one on the right, in the third level from the bottom, and then the top is just another one in the middle. So we'll put that in real quick, like so. And at last, it is going to reveal what has been alluded to this entire game, the Null Element. Or rather, the energy source harnessing the All Element. The All Element, the Null Element. Alright, click the button one more time. And now get ready for a major transformation. Because if we put on our eyepiece, we can see through into another world. But this time, we can't really do much with this. Until we double click. And now, we are in this world. We have been transported to a new location outside the main room. And here's what we gotta do. We gotta rotate around. The eyepiece will certainly be helpful with this. Rotate around so that you're facing this archway right here. And line up all the... rotate all the levels of the box so that these lines will line up with the blue icon at the bottom. So basically just anytime you see a blue icon, you want to line it up with the rest of them. And then once you do that... at long last, we have a spot to place the Null Element. So let's go ahead and drag this into the center, and then get ready for a wild ride. Chapter complete. Pleasing progress. But do you really think you've proven yourself yet? Alright, we only have one more chapter to go before we arrive at the end of the first room game. So that'll be this episode. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time to catch you all on Tuesday for the finale of the room. Goodbye.